Hey, 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 what is going on, everybody? Can you give me a 1 in the chat box if you can hear me right now? It looks like we have a bunch of people still coming in. I see Val. Hey, what's going on, buddy? I see Mark. I see a few other people coming in. Mark says 111 coming in from London. Love it. Awesome, man. Well, by the end of today's webinar, I want to make this the easiest path for you and all of the other customers to be able to actually utilize this tool by the end of the webinar. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and just get started. So I want to give everybody a special thank you for jumping on board with Real Specific. And it's pretty cool because you got to jump on board at a price that we never want to offer again. I mean, it's such a low price for us to offer this at. So I want you to think about yourself as being grandfathered in. It's just like, GoToWebinar when you used to buy an account back in the day, and now it's way more expensive. I know because I wish I would have bought it earlier on. Now, by the end of today's webinar, my goal is to have you completely up and running with this tool so that you can start to actually utilize all the results for your business. And so by the end, you're going to have a beautiful website running completely by itself. I do want to keep moving along. What is going to be covered in this webinar? So we're going to go over an advanced overview of the discovery, publisher, engagement, and reporting section. Next, we're going to cover how to get the best content for your audience. Next, we're going to touch on the best techniques for adding data sources into your account. We're going to then talk about setting up auto posting and also manual curation for better unique articles. So actually, let's go ahead and get started. Mark, you've been so responsive. Go ahead and tell me, what kind of website have you started to build? What niche? Go ahead and let me know in the chat box, and then I can maybe use you as an example here. We're going to be building out a website live on today's call here. Internet marketing, great. That's easy. That's definitely easy. So we're going to do one that's a little bit more advanced, and I'm excited because the individual whose website is that we're going to be working on is on today's webinar. So that's kind of exciting. So we're going to be able to do this entire process. I'm going to show you start to finish on how to utilize Real Specific for your website by the end of the day. All right, so Mark, once again, I'm going to be using you as an example. Make sure to take a screenshot of what you see right now. This is the 5-step process. If you go through this process, you can start churning out websites like nobody's business. So we're going to go over how to research your industry and see how your competitors are basically setting up their websites. We're next going to look at categories, and we're going to say, okay, this is how they structure their categories. These are how I'm going to apply those to my website. And then next, I'm going to take those data sources, add them into my account, and then set up auto posting, and bam, I'm done. So by purchasing this tool, we're going to make sure that you have everything you need, not only from the tool aspect, but also from the knowledge aspect, because I want you guys to understand what you're doing and how to use these tools and actually get good results with them. So give me a 1 if everybody is ready for me to go ahead and just jump into this and start working on building out an actual website live, going through these step-by-step processes here. We're going to go ahead and we will start. So let me go ahead and pull up the website that we're looking at here. So I'm on a website called openmindsdaily.com. Okay, so first thing that you're going to notice, very good looking website, brand new. It's actually one of our customers' websites. And you can see the way that he structured his categories here. He was broad enough so that we can get plenty of content for these. So in each one of these, he's also set up subcategories like marketing articles and marketing videos. All right, so what we're going to do is do this. All right, so we're first going to start with marketing blogs. So when we're trying to find marketing articles, we're going to go look at our competitors. And so here we are, marketing blogs, and I'm working completely off the cuff right now. So I have no idea what I'm going to be stepping into. So you're going to be going along as I do as well. So let's see, Copyblogger. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to find an RSS feed for this website. And look, there's actually an RSS feed button right here. So I can either click on this, which I'll open in a new tab, or I can do /feed. Sometimes that will work. So let's check. So it actually did. So this URL here we can copy, or actually, yeah, it's the same URL. Now I'm going to go over to my real specific account, and Copyblogger is actually a really good website. So I will go ahead and add that. Now, here is the best practice for adding these data sources. When you start adding a ton of data sources, here's the best practice. So I'm going to say marketing for this. And then now that I have marketing, so that's the topic, I'm going to copy, paste, that's the website, and then I'm going to say blog at the end. Now, every single time that I add a data source, I want to follow this. That way, when I go to add it to my topic section, I know what category it's going to. I know what source it is. And I also know if I'm talking about maybe Copyblogger's blog or their YouTube channel or one of their other, pages or links. So I'm going to go ahead and I will save that. And boom, now I'm set up for Copyblogger. Now, the next thing I'll do is let's go back. We'll try to find a couple more blogs. And stop me in the chat box if you need any help at all or if you have any questions. So let's see. And you can see I just typed in marketing blogs, and this one gave me 42 different examples. So this is literally perfect. Top rank blog. Now, sometimes you might end up on a website that might not have an RSS feed. And as much as we would love for them to have one, maybe they don't. That's no worries, but there's tons of websites out there. Looks like this one does as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I can say one of two things here. Let me go ahead and I'll close these out. Okay. Now, you can see I'm on their website. Now, I can do one of two things. Let's say that on my my website, maybe I'm running a marketing blog that has many different categories. Maybe a section of it is SEO. Maybe a section of it is social media. Maybe a section of it is just content marketing. Does that make sense? So if we are auto-posting articles about, SEO and, we have like social media stuff ending up in there, people are going to be like, wait a second, this isn't relevant. So what you can do is I can go to like SEO here to the category, and I can also get the feed for this directly, hopefully. Let's see. And boom, there we go. So now I can grab that feed directly, and I can only have SEO content going to the SEO category. Does that make sense? Give me a 1 if that makes sense. I'm just wanting to make sure that you guys have the exact websites, quote unquote, real specific content going to your categories. So now you've seen how you can go and find websites for articles, and how to grab the RSS feeds, and also how to get even more specific with the RSS feeds. So I'll just repeat this again. If I have a section of my marketing website talking about SEO, and I have social media content ending up where SEO should be, that's not going to look good. That's one of the problems that we saw a lot with content curation products. So now you won't have that issue anymore, okay? So I'll go ahead and I'll add this one as well. But actually, I want to do the overall blog because I don't need to get too specific there. So /feed. We'll go ahead and grab this here. We'll add it. Same process, copy, paste. You can do this very quickly. And what I like to do is just copy and paste. Boom. There we go. Blog done. All right, so now we've gotten 2 RSS feeds to help us with articles. Makes sense. And one of the things I was actually concerned about. Mark, awesome. That's why I wanted to run this webinar. I've personally one-on-one onboarded about 50 different customers so that we could really fine-tune the process that you guys are seeing today. So I can guarantee you guys are going to get the websites that you want to see at the level of quality that you want to see, because that's very important. I don't want you guys to have websites that look like crap. Excuse my language, but no, that's not cool. So I'm going to show you the best practices. So we've got two new basically RSS feeds so that I can start pulling in articles, right? Now let's go say I want to grab some videos, right? So I'm going to go ahead and close some of these out here, and I'm going to go to YouTube. Okay, so here I am at YouTube, and I'll type in marketing. All right, so here is something interesting. So Mark, I'm sure you're going to love this one as well. Imagine I'm running a real estate website, right? And I want to have real estate related content going to that only. And I know that one of the big people that talk about real estate was very successful with it, Grant Cardone. And so I can go to Grant Cardone's YouTube channel, and if I grab his channel URL, the problem is he also talks about a lot of unrelated topics, things like sales and things like, motivation, or just kind of yelling at you to try to get you motivated, right? I only want real estate content. So what you can do is I can look at channels for marketing, but sometimes there might be channels that post unrelated content. So if I go to Billy Jean and I notice that he's posting a lot of goofy videos, maybe things that aren't related to marketing, then what I could do is I can go to his playlists and grab the URL specifically to that playlist. Does that make sense? So what I'll do is I will just grab, I'm going to go ahead and grab a different channel. I want something that's only about marketing. So I'm going to look at how many subscribers they have and how many videos they have. So this one looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and check this one out here. All right, so it looks like tribute, marketing, inspiration. Yeah, it looks like they post a little bit of unrelated content actually. So let's see if I can find, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at playlists now, because this is just going to be a little bit easier. So I'm going to go to playlists, and we'll do, let's see here, Marketing Harvard Business. Okay, that's probably a good channel. So I'll go ahead and grab that. Now, Val is actually on the webinar, so if he says, Shane, what are you doing? I don't want Harvard talking about marketing on my website. Listen, you can go back in your account and you can delete it if you want. Let's see here. So we're going to go ahead and grab this, and we'll go over here and type marketing. And then what I did is I added YT at the end so that I know it's a YouTube channel, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab one more YouTube channel, okay? So let's see here. Trying to find one that has a ton of videos, marketing case studies, marketing lessons from a marketing teacher. All right, here we go. Social media marketing guide for beginners. That one might be good. Let's see here. CPA, social media. All right, so for now, why don't we stick with social media guide? This one's going to be really good, I'm sure. So we'll go ahead and we will add that data source. Done. Done. All right, so now we have two different YouTube channels, and we have two different article websites that are going to provide us with content, okay? Now, the next thing I'll do is I will go add a section in my topics area. Now, this is completely optional. This just makes it a little bit more easier to navigate and see what's going on in your industry. I'm going to go ahead and make one called marketing. And I don't need to worry about keywords, because here's the thing. I don't need to filter by keywords since I've gone and got the exact data sources I want. Now, if you don't want to worry about data sources, then that is when you're going to want to use the keyword filter. So I will go ahead and click the X on my website here, and we'll type in digital marketer. That's a good one. We'll do copy blogger. And we'll do a few more of these. Let's see, Neil Patel. And then let's see here. There's also some other ones that come pre-programmed into your account. So ProBlogger. We'll do the SEO one. We'll do First Web Designer. What else here? Neil Patel's website. We'll do some Moz. And then maybe we'll do niche hacks as well. And so I'll save, and boom, it is that easy. So now when I go over and I look at more and I choose my marketing area, look at all the marketing content that's already coming into my account. So far, we've gotten data sources from YouTube. We've gotten data sources from websites. And so the next piece to this, pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up my auto posting. So I'm going to go to Publisher. I'm going to go to Auto Post, and I'm going to click Add New Auto Post. Okay. So Mark says he would love a recording. Mark, I'm gonna be pumping out a ton of recordings for you guys. Definitely guaranteed to help out and make sure you guys have everything you need to succeed with this tool. This isn't a one-time purchase for you guys. This is something that we plan on running for years to come. So I'm pretty excited about 2 years in the making. You can best believe we're going to put a lot of effort into it. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this here. And we're going to do marketing articles first. All right, so this is a very important thing that you guys need to pay attention to. So let's say that I'm curating articles from RSS feeds. Sometimes if you're pulling from RSS feeds, you might only get one sentence. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, add my Facebook accounts. Let's see. So I got my website. I've gotten my category, marketing articles. I've got it to auto post to both of my social media accounts. I'm going to go ahead and post a publish. Let's see, article age, we'll do 7 days. We'll do the top 10%. Now, this is just optional stuff I'm putting here. Now, this is the most important thing you have to pay attention to. If you're auto-posting, curating to a section of your website that is only about articles, make sure to use this filter here, because this is going to make sure that you have good, meaty articles being posted on your site, not like one sentence, and then you come to me and you're like, Shane, why is this article so thin? So just use this filter here and you'll make sure that you get very, very beefy articles posted to this category. Now I'm going to just go ahead and post one time a day, and then I'm going to go ahead and set up those data sources I just showed you. So give me 1 second. So we'll do digital marketer. We'll do some Neil Patel, Moz. So for anybody that's doing a marketing blog, make sure to pay attention to this, because basically showing you step by step how to set up your first website here. Now this applies to any website. As soon as we get done this call, I literally have two more websites that I'm building. I have a complete video blog that I'm making next. Let's see, we got Neil Patel's YouTube channel. All right, so here's the first mistake I made. So I added the YouTube channel. So we got a ton of marketing stuff, and go ahead and save. So we're all done there. Now, when we go ahead and add new blog auto posts, we'll do Open Minds. Now we'll do videos, add both accounts, publish, 7 days, top 10%. Now, for the videos, we don't want to do 200 words or more, but we do only want to pull from YouTube channels. So remember I asked you guys to type YT at the end? So I type YT, and now we'll grab the YouTube channels that I want to use. So now we have two different YouTube channels that will post marketing content to that category. So go ahead and we'll add a number of posts and save. And so that is it. That is how easy it is to set up your websites, guys. So I'm going to do a little brief run through. The first thing that I did was I went to Google and I simply typed marketing blog. So let's go ahead and we'll choose another section of his website that's a little bit harder. So we'll do motivation, okay? So what I'll do is I'll type. So all I did was type motivation blog. Now, I'm going to have a bunch of different lists of motivation blog, like Wealthy Gorilla. Okay, so I go through here, And I literally just go to these websites and grab their RSS feeds. And so here's actually a perfect example of an unrelated website, okay? So if I'm going to be posting specifically about motivation, but I grab the RSS feed for this entire website, what's going to happen is I'm going to have unrelated stuff posted to that category, like entrepreneurs, quotes, life, podcasts. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and push motivation and then feed, and boom. Now I only have motivational content going to that category. I know you're probably shaking your head saying, Shane, listen, I got it. But I just want to make sure that you guys understand this so that way you guys can have those actual websites, those high quality websites that you've always wanted to make. So for this, we'll type motivation. And then I will grab the website name. And then I add blog at the end so that when I'm setting up the auto posting, all I do is type BL and then all of those will show up. So now I've added a motivational RSS feed. I'm going to go ahead and grab one more. So we'll go ahead and grab a motivational grid. Let me go ahead and click out of that. Now I'm going to go to motivation here, and then I'm going to see if I can grab the feed for this. There we go. Now, what you've noticed, though, is this grabbed the feed for the entire website, not that specific category. So in that instance, if I really wanted to use this website, what I could do is make it its own auto posting. So that way I can do a keyword filter of just motivation. So we'll do motivation. And then we'll do motivation grid. All right, there we go. All right, so far I've shown you guys websites. I've shown you how to do YouTube channels and playlists. Now, what about if I want to do photos on my website and have an entire section of my website just dedicated to like motivational photos? Now, we're not going to be doing that for this website right here. Because the person's website, he just doesn't want that on there, but I do want to show you. So I'm going to go to Pinterest. There we go. And this is just an easy example. So we'll go ahead and type in motivation, do motivational quotes, and we will either grab one of two areas. We'll grab motivational quote boards or motivational quote people. Now for this instance, it might be a little bit, well, I was going to say it might be hard to find a person that's just dedicated to motivation, but it does not look like we're going to have that issue. So we could grab any one of these. We'll just go through and we'll try to find ones that kind of fit our niche. So perfectly, yeah, kind of what I was thinking. It wasn't perfectly all about motivation. So we'll go to motivational boards. And if you guys have any questions at all, just ask in the comment box. I'm watching it pretty good over here. And so let's see if I can find one I like. This one looks pretty good here. So it's got 88 pins, plenty of content to auto post from, and literally I would just grab this URL, go over to add data source, paste. We'll do motivation. And then I will grab the channel. And then for this example, I'll just do PT. It's easier for me to find. So Foss said, any copyright issues? No, 100% not. And here's why. All of this content is being curated and giving credit to the source, right? So if you look at any major website like, Viral Nova, Mashable, any one of these major websites, they're all curating content. So what we're doing is showing you 100% white hat. There's no gray hat, no black hat here. This is 100% white hat. You can rest assured that you're not going to be putting your website at risk with this. Mark, go ahead and drop me your link if you don't mind. So now that I've added PT, okay, so some Pinterest quotes, what I can do is I can either do a social auto post, or I can do a blog post. Now for this example, he doesn't have a section that would be dedicated to photos, but we could start auto posting to that page motivational content. So we'll do motivational quotes. And Val, I know you're watching this, so you can delete this if you don't like it. So we'll add that, and then we will add, let's see, 1 post per day. There we go. There we go, and done. All right, so for this example, we actually looked at a website that was very similar to this, Mark. So this is a perfect example. Mark, can you see this here? Give me a 1 if you can see this. So here's a guy that has a website that, you could run press releases about your business, appearances. I don't know if you're going to be doing any of that, yada, 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 but he's got the article section. So you could do the exact same thing for your website. Now what's cool is, I did want to show you guys this as well. So Foss, hopefully you're still there. Yep, I can see you. Now you might be wondering, okay, but what about higher quality content? So I'm going to be bragging about a gentleman that's on the call right now called Val. And so he runs a website called howtothinkpositive.com. I'm sorry, .net. Now he's very particular about what goes on this website. And so what we've tried to do inside of Real Specific is, if you filter, let's say that we'll do marketing. Okay, so we've got some marketing blogs here, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'll pull up this here, and let's say that we have this article, and we want to make it even more unique for our websites, okay? So what you can do is, here's the best practice, and Val, correct me if I'm wrong. So you want to provide an intro, an outro, and then sprinkle in some value and maybe drop in a video. So, I could say, all right, how to think mobile first index disrupts the link graph. So I could open up by saying my opinions about, why somebody needs to mobilize or to mobile optimize their websites, right? That's easy. And then what I could do is I could go over here. I could find a related video about, marketing and a mobile optimization, or even how to do it, right? Like how to mobile optimize your website. I could look up those things over here, drag and drop it. So I'll type in, let's see, so how to increase, let's see, how to increase app downloads, mobile optimize, here we go. How to check if your website is mobile optimized. So now I can drag and drop this video in here, and I would say that would add a lot of extra value to this article. Would you agree, Foss? So I have an intro now, I have an outro, I sprinkled a little of my own value in there, and then I can drag and drop other pieces of content. You might be sitting there saying, well, what other websites are doing this? Are big websites doing this, ones that are getting millions and millions of visitors per month? That's literally what they're doing. If you go to all right, so if you type in content curation guide, right, there's a ton of websites here, like Buffer App, let's see, Sprout Social, all of these. So you can come through here and find best practices to make that content even more unique. So if you don't want to set up auto post and you want to have an authority website that isn't just curating from RSS feeds, we've provided a solution so that you can make it even easier, and you never actually have to leave this dashboard. So if I have, a bunch of different websites that have different niches, then I can come in here, on Sundays, I can add some value, manually curate these articles, and then schedule them out for the week. So if you're very particular, you can do that as well. Excellent. Can we add hyperlinks to affiliate products with the post? Absolutely, Mark. So what I would do is let's go ahead and grab a link. Give me 1 second. So we'll just grab the link for this website. There we go. And I want you guys to understand, you know, with products that you typically see in the JVZoo space, you buy the product and you just hope that it continues to get supported, not us. So if you guys see anything that could be better, and we feel like a lot of customers are kind of saying the same thing, listen, we have no problem adding that to this product and making it even better. This is not a one-time deal. This is a professional service that we're going to be running for quite a long time. So if you guys ever have any suggestions, you know, ways that, you know, we can make your lives a little bit easier, you just let us know. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll hyperlink this. So I could choose new window. Boom. All right, there it is. It's hyperlinked now. Hopefully you can see that, Mark. So I just put click here. I mean, you can add something more fancy. You know, I can make it larger. I can make it an H3 header or something. That's another thing is you can come through here. You can optimize everything. You can add all your H2, H3, you know, H1 headers. You can bold things. You can make a very solid article or post in this tool. We've tried to really make it much easier. So Mark says, yup, okay, great. So I'm going to show you guys a couple other things. So we've so far have shown you how to set up your very first websites in 5 steps. We've next shown you how you can manually curate articles, because that's another cool feature about this, especially let's say that you're managing social media for local business. Do we have any agency owners? Do we have anybody that does social media management here? Give me a 1. Mark says, what about images? Come on, Mark, give me a real test. Yeah, you can absolutely do images. We'll do images here. So we'll do, so typed in marketing, let it load for a second. Boom, drag and drop. There we go. Now we got marketing photos as well. We can add GIFs if you want. So Mark, if you want to see, you know, this guy talking about how spam is bad, don't be a spammer, right? You want to add a YouTube video, any of that stuff, you'll be able to add it. You'll also be able to add this content here. Give it a second. There we go. Oops. So I can also add curated content from here as well. Mark said, no way. Wow, yes. So can you guys see how I literally dragged and dropped another piece of content directly in here? I have photos, GIFs, videos. I mean, let's see. Why just YouTube? Maybe Vimeo, Dailymotion, so on. FOSS. We did that because so I've been actually using this tool every single day for 9 months. We've been creating this for 2 years, and after really testing everything out there, we felt like YouTube had a much larger database to choose from, especially when you're talking about niche content. So right now, in this section here, we'll keep it at YouTube. But hey, down the road, if Vimeo, we feel adds some more options, then you can totally do that. But I do want to say, in this area over here, so if I click off of marketing, and I come down here, give me a second, you can see for video we have Dailymotion, TED, Vimeo, and YouTube. So you'll have that in your account already. Let's see here. So, but great question, Voss. Yes, the original intro, I try to do at least 100 words, add images or videos to make it more interesting as needed. So you hear that, guys? Why would you guys want to listen to this guy, Val? Okay, very, very good question. Why would you want to listen to him? Well, Val, how many visitors do you have to your website every month? And I do want to say, guess how many page likes he has for this Facebook page? 2.4 million page likes for this website. So when it comes to driving traffic, making really good content, and running a successful blog, Val has really done a great job. And I've actually one-on-one been working with Val to try to figure out what is he doing. You know, how can I take some of that value and bring it to you guys as well? So I don't know if you guys love any travel blogs, but I love these types of blogs here. So Must Do Travels. I see these types of Facebook pages, and I'm just like in awe. Like, I love sharing this kind of content and engaging with it. So another thing that we've done, so you can grab YouTube, you can grab Vimeo, you can grab RSS feeds, but you can also grab Facebook page URLs as well. So if I went over here, and Val, don't worry, I'll delete this data source out of your account. But I can come over here, I can add data source, And now I'm going to have tons of really cool traveling content. But you can see this is a type of page that I would want to emulate. 6 million page likes. That's crazy. So if you guys see any, Facebook pages that you look at and you're like, wow, I would love to have a page that looks exactly like that, then you can add that data source in here. So we'll go ahead and do that for now. If you guys have tried this website out on mobile, have you guys tried this on mobile yet? Give me a 1 if you guys have tried to use this website on mobile. Just give me a 1 and give me a 2 if you haven't tried it yet. You're like, Shane, I've been so busy, not yet. So I do want to show you guys something pretty cool. If you guys are managing social media for, let's say, local businesses, are you guys doing any of that? I'm going to go ahead and show you this. So I'm going to go ahead and inspect. I want you guys to understand this entire application, from posting content to managing your analytics to managing comments. All of this can be done from your cell phone. Okay, so if you're like sitting at the bar one day and you're having a brew and you're like, man, I wonder how my website's going, or I could be sitting here posting some articles, or maybe I have a local client that I manage social media for. Then I could go to, let's say, Lawyers here, and I could start managing that social media directly from here. So hopefully that's pretty cool for you guys. It makes it much easier to manage your websites and post content. I'm so glad to see that everybody has gotten good info out of this. Mark says he does appreciate staying with us. Absolutely. And remember, guys, a couple things. If you ever have any bugs, don't worry. This is a new piece of software. We've been working on it for 2 years, but it's got so much functionality. Things might break every now and then. And so if you ever have any problems, you message our support team, and we will be right on it. Another piece to that is if you guys ever have any suggestions, you're like, hey, maybe this could be a little bit better. I've noticed that I spend a little bit more time doing this, that, and the third, and maybe you could add this feature. Make sure to send that to us, and we'll be happy to take a look and maybe add that. And then finally, that I want to tell you guys is over the next couple months, I'm working on more training for you guys. So we just hope to give you tons of information and make sure that you guys succeed with this, okay? So if you guys have any questions, you guys can feel free to email us. But this is going to be Mr. Shane Brooks signing out.